Starting a conversation is a small skill with a big impact. It can change how people see you and how confident you feel in any situation. Most people struggle not because they have nothing to say, but because they don't know how to begin. This topic is about mastering 6 practical techniques to start conversations easily and naturally. Once you learn this, you can connect with anyone without awkwardness or hesitation. These simple methods will help you break the silence, build confidence, and make your communication smooth and powerful in everyday life. Starting with a simple greeting is the easiest and most natural way to begin a conversation. It may seem small, but it plays a very important role in breaking the initial silence and creating a comfortable atmosphere between two people. Many people hesitate to talk because they overthink what to say first, but a simple greeting removes that pressure completely. A greeting can be as basic as hello, hi, or even a friendly smile combined with eye contact. These small actions signal openness and approachability. When you greet someone warmly, you instantly make the interaction feel less awkward and more human. It shows that you are respectful, confident, and willing to connect. The power of a simple greeting lies in its simplicity. You don't need a perfect line or a clever sentence to start talking. In fact, overthinking the first words often creates nervousness. A natural greeting helps you take the first step without stress, and once the conversation starts, it becomes much easier to continue. Another important aspect is body language. When you greet someone with a relaxed posture, a slight smile, and calm eye contact, it strengthens the impact of your words. Even a short hi can feel warm and inviting when delivered confidently. A simple greeting also opens the door for the other person to respond. It creates space for further conversation, whether it turns into a question, introduction, or casual talk. Without this first step, most interactions never begin. Starting with a simple greeting removes hesitation, builds comfort, and sets a positive tone for the conversation. It is the foundation of confident communication and the easiest way to connect with anyone naturally. Asking easy, open-ended questions is one of the most effective ways to start and maintain a natural conversation. Unlike closed questions that lead to short answers like yes or no, open questions encourage the other person to speak more freely, share their thoughts, and keep the conversation flowing. For example, instead of asking, "Are you busy?" you can ask, "How has your day been?" or "What have you been up to lately?" These types of questions invite longer responses and give you more material to continue the conversation. This makes the interaction feel smoother and more engaging. Open questions also reduce pressure on both sides. The other person doesn't feel stuck with a short reply, and you don't have to constantly think of new things to say because their response naturally leads the conversation forward. It creates a comfortable rhythm in communication. Another important benefit is that open questions show genuine interest. When you ask someone about their thoughts, experiences, or opinions, it signals that you care about what they have to say. This makes them feel valued and more willing to talk to you. However, the key is to keep questions simple and natural. Overly complex or personal questions at the beginning can feel uncomfortable. Start with light topics like daily life, interests, or surroundings. It's also important to listen carefully after asking the question. The quality of your conversation depends not just on what you ask, but on how you respond to their answers. Active listening helps you build a deeper and more meaningful connection. Asking easy, open questions is a powerful communication technique that keeps conversations alive, encourages engagement, and helps you connect with others in a natural and confident way. Commenting on the situation is a simple yet powerful way to start a conversation naturally, especially when you don't know the other person well. Instead of struggling to find the perfect opening line, you can simply talk about what is happening around you in the present moment. This makes your approach feel smooth, real, and effortless. For example, if you are waiting somewhere, you might say, "It's quite crowded today," or "The weather has really changed today." These small observations are easy to understand and give the other person a natural entry point to respond. It removes awkwardness because you are not forcing a topic. You are simply reacting to your shared environment. One of the biggest advantages of this technique is that it feels organic. Since both people are experiencing the same situation, it creates an instant sense of connection. There is no pressure to be overly clever or interesting. You are just acknowledging reality, which makes the conversation feel comfortable. Commenting on the situation also helps reduce social anxiety. Many people feel nervous about starting conversations because they overthink what to say. But when you focus on your surroundings, it becomes easier to speak because you always have something available in front of you. Another benefit is that it naturally leads to further discussion. A simple comment can turn into opinions, experiences, or shared thoughts, which helps the conversation grow without effort. However, the key is to keep your comments light and positive. Avoid complaining too much or bringing negative energy, especially at the beginning of an interaction. Commenting on the situation is a natural and low-pressure way to start conversations. It helps you break the silence easily, feel more confident, and create a smooth flow into deeper communication. Using a light compliment is a simple but very effective way to start a conversation in a positive and friendly manner. A genuine compliment immediately creates warmth and reduces the distance between you and the other person. It helps break the silence in a way that feels natural instead of forced. A light compliment should be simple, honest, and not exaggerated. It can be about something small and appropriate, like someone's smile, their style, their positive energy, or even their work or effort in a situation. For example, saying, "That's a nice way of explaining things," or "You seem really confident," can instantly make the other person feel good. The psychological reason compliments work is because people naturally enjoy feeling appreciated. When someone recognizes a positive quality in them, it creates an instant sense of comfort and connection. This makes them more open and willing to continue the conversation with you. However, balance is very important. Overdoing compliments or making them sound fake can have the opposite effect. People can easily sense when praise is not genuine. That's why a light, natural compliment works best. It feels real and effortless. Another important point is timing. A compliment should fit the situation. It should not feel random or out of place. When used correctly, it blends smoothly into the conversation and helps it grow naturally. Light compliments also improve your own confidence. When you focus on noticing positive things in others, your mindset becomes more open and positive, which reflects in your communication style. Using a light compliment is a powerful way to start conversations with warmth and positivity. It helps you build instant rapport, make the other person feel valued, and create a friendly foundation for further interaction. Showing genuine interest is one of the most important skills in starting and maintaining meaningful conversations. It means you are not just talking for the sake of speaking. You are truly curious about the other person, their thoughts, and their experiences. This creates a deeper level of connection and makes conversations feel natural and enjoyable. When you show genuine interest, the other person feels valued and understood. People naturally enjoy talking to someone who listens attentively and responds with curiosity. Instead of giving short or distracted replies, you engage with what they are saying, ask follow-up questions, and encourage them to share more. This technique is powerful because it shifts the focus away from you and onto the other person. Many conversations feel awkward because both people are trying to impress each other. But when you genuinely focus on understanding the other person, the pressure disappears and the conversation flows more smoothly. Genuine interest also involves active listening. You pay attention not just to words, but also to tone, emotions, and body language. This helps you respond in a more thoughtful and meaningful way, which strengthens the connection. Another important aspect is curiosity. When you are genuinely interested, your questions come naturally. You don't force topics. You explore them based on what the other person is sharing. This makes the conversation feel alive and engaging. However, authenticity is key. Fake interest or forced questions can be easily noticed and may create distance instead of connection. Real interest always feels effortless and sincere. Showing genuine interest helps you build trust, improve communication, and make others feel important. It turns simple conversations into meaningful interactions and makes people naturally enjoy talking to you. Staying relaxed and confident is the foundation of starting any conversations smoothly. Even if you know the right words or techniques, your energy and mindset decide how the interaction feels. When you are calm and confident, the other person automatically feels more comfortable talking to you. Most people feel nervous when starting conversations because they overthink how they will be judged. This nervousness often shows in body language, such as tense posture, avoiding eye contact, or speaking too quickly. These signals can make the interaction feel awkward. On the other hand, when you are relaxed, your communication becomes natural and effortless. Relaxation starts in the mind. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, you shift your attention to the present moment. You remind yourself that a simple conversation is not a test, it's just a normal human interaction. This mindset reduces pressure and helps you speak more freely. Confidence does not mean being perfect or always knowing what to say. It means being comfortable even if there is silence or small mistakes. When you accept that not every conversation has to be flawless, you become more open and natural in your approach. Your body language also plays a big role. Standing or sitting comfortably, maintaining gentle eye contact, and using a calm tone of voice all reflect confidence. These small signals influence how others perceive you and how they respond to you. Another important aspect is not rushing the conversation. When you are relaxed, you allow the interaction to flow naturally instead of forcing it. This makes communication smoother and more enjoyable for both sides. In short, staying relaxed and confident helps you reduce fear, improve clarity, and create a positive impression. It makes starting conversations easier and allows you to connect with others in a natural and effortless way.